You ready? Okay, very good. Good evening and welcome to the June 2023 Orange Board of Selectmen's meeting. Mr. Oakenquist may come in. I thought he was going to be here this month, but maybe I got it wrong. I don't know. Turn. There we go. I'm surprised he didn't stick his head out the door. Got it. I got it. Got it.
Thank you.
He did. Okay. In the event of an emergency, for those of in the audience, on my right, your left is the stairway that leads up to the rear parking lot of the town hall. If for some reason you can't go up that stairway, you can go straight down the hallway, out the back and up the back stairs, which will put you out by the firehouse, or you can go up the stairs behind the wall with the clock on it, through the double doors, and out the front door will put you out onto the Orange Center Road side of the town hall. With that said, please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we'll start with introductions. I think I started on my right last month. I'll start on my left this month.
Good evening, Mitch Goldblatt. Good evening, John Carangelo.
Ann Denny, Secretary to the Board.
Good evening, Judy Williams.
Good evening, PJ Shanley.
Okay, very good. Is there a motion to close the regular meeting to go to the public hearing? The public hearing will be on the application for the Neighborhood Assistance Program from the State of Connecticut Department of Revenue Services for funding of $150,000 for the New Haven Hebrew Day School. Hershey Hecht, Southern Connecticut Hebrew Academy is the applicant. We have done this for years. Is there a motion to be made on that?
Second.
Motion made and 2 seconds on that. Public hearing. Andy, you have a call to read on that?
Town of Orange Legal Notice, Neighborhood Assistance Program. Pursuant to Section 12-632 of the Connecticut General Statutes, the Board of Selectmen of the Town of Orange will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, June 14th, 2023, 7
Ralph.
p.m. in the lower level meeting room at the Town Hall, 617
Okay.
Orange Center Road, Orange, Connecticut.
All right, bud.
To receive comments on an application received for the 2023 Neighborhood Assistance Act program, which will be submitted to the State of Connecticut Department of Revenue Service for funding consideration. The application is on file in the First Selectman's office and may be reviewed between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. Written comments will be received at the First Selectman's office until 4 p.m. Wednesday, June 14, 2023. Thereafter, comments should be presented at the public hearing. The following application has been submitted to the Board of Selectmen. Southern Connecticut Hebrew Academy, $150,000, dated at Orange, Connecticut, this 11th day of May, 2023, Board of Selectmen, Town of Orange. And I did not get anything.
I didn't get anything. Today was the last day. We didn't get anything on this. This is a yearly application for funds that are available for these types of schools and all. This year, their application reads that they're going to use this to replace 2 boilers, remove and replace 2 boilers at their school facility over on Route 34. It's been a good program, and it's worked for them. We've approved that for many, many years on a yearly basis for them. I think they're the only one in town that I know of that ever applies for any of those funds. It is not town funds. It's State of Connecticut funds that are available for this type of process. Any questions on it? Questions from the audience? Questions at the table?
Motion to close the public hearing. Second.
Motion made and seconded. Okay. The vote is to approve on accepting the Neighborhood Assistance Program application submitted by New Haven Hebrew Day School for funding of $150,000 is the motion. Is-
Second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Unanimous. Thank you. They'll be very pleased with that. Okay, I gotta go to, oh, this one I can put over here. That's the other one. Okay, thank you. Public participation. Public participation is for any item that is not an agenda item, and we allow up to 2 minutes per speaker. Is there anybody for public participation?
Thank you. Tom Paisano, 523 Fairway Road, Orange, Connecticut. Couple of issues. One of them talks about exactly public participation. Vin's not here, but we need to look into that. I don't see that in the town's charter. So I'll ask to have Vin as to how that became a rule. At any rate, I know Jim's used it to silence his critics before.
Tom, if you have something to say it, but don't start attacking. If you have a question about it, it's been that way
This
for
is
years.
public participation.
No, but
Please.
you're using it as an attack. Please.
Please.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, Jim had used it to silence my wife, Peggy Paisano, last time. Didn't let her talk. So we'll go over that next month. At any rate, and you don't need to take a lot of notes on here because this will all be in a editorial that I will be writing. The good news is for the town and anyone that's listening, we do have more than enough signed petition for our Fred Wolf Park to return the land from back to the children and to the ad hoc committee so they can proceed with their plans at Fred Wolf Park. So we have enough. I actually have went in to see Mary Shaw. She wasn't in, but we're planning to make an appointment to go over that. So at this point, I don't know if this is what we want to do. I asked Ralph, John, Mitch, PJ, and Judy, is this what you want to do this year? This may take a while, but this is how we're going to proceed. I think some conversation should be had, but you do what you need to do. So apparently our first selectman also wants to micromanage everything, as we've seen. I don't know why he bothers to have a Park and Rec committee and a ad hoc committee. He seems to want to do everything unilaterally and calls all the shots. As a matter of fact, it seems that he wants to operate Orange Soccer Association. Yes, we have $200,000, which we've been saving for 37 years for lights. I don't know how that involves the selectmen or why that's important to anyone but the members and the sponsors that paid that money for that reason. But whatever. Somehow that letter to the editor had to be written, and our first selectman chose to be bullying Tom Paisano, right? He's going to somehow say that he wanted to silence me, apparently, and even the veiled threats. Thank you. The veiled and it's not 2 minutes yet. I practiced this. His veiled threats that fall on deaf ears. So thank you very much for your concern about the Hines and the Vesputa family. But I will continue to advocate for the kids, and we're going to have kids first in this town. Thank you. And there should be some discussion, and there never is.
Is there anybody else for public participation? Seeing none, thank you. All right, we have a few things here. We lost two good committee members, unfortunately, one yesterday and one a couple weeks ago. John Migliaro was a terrific guy, was a police commissioner, lived here in town for quite a few years over on Route 34. Wonderful guy, really was a great guy. I think he served, PJ, with your father, I think, for quite a few years there, and he passed. Unfortunately, they had moved to, I think, North Carolina. South? I know it's the Carolinas. So, but anyhow, our thoughts to the Migliaro family. And Armin Cantafio, who is he was one of the founding driving members of the Orange Economic Development Corporation and the chairman of the Economic Development Commission. Unfortunately passed away this week, quite suddenly. So very unfortunate. I think his calling hours, are tomorrow afternoon at Abriola down in Trumbull. It's right off the parkway over there. So very unfortunate, and our thoughts go out to both of those families. June is dog license month. Residents who own dogs need to come in and see the town clerk and register your dog by June 30th. You can do it anytime, really, but June is dog license month. Friday, June 9th, was the 67th annual Amity High School commencement, and was great. It was, like, except for some of the parents who were on the wrong side, they changed the layout this year, the way the children, the students were receiving their diplomas. And if you were A through L or M, and you were sitting out in the big bleachers, you got good shots of your children. If you were M through Z, you had to quick get up and run all the way around because the kids were coming down off there the other way. They made it sideways, I'll call it, this year instead of head-on as it has been in the past. But it was a great event. It was nicely done. I missed the middle school ceremony moving up. It's the first one I missed in 18 years. Unfortunately, I had a doctor's appointment at the same time, so I couldn't be at that. And then I was at Peck Places. The 3 elementary schools had theirs all at the same time, so I attended Peck Places. And I also did Mariel, the kindergarten. That was really cute. They did a great job with that as well. But all our graduates, and there's plenty of college graduates as well, and children that attended other high schools beyond Amity, congratulations to all of our 2023 graduates, whatever your academic level may be, but truly congratulations.
Yeah, I got a lot
to
of
all
nice
them.
pictures of other people's kids.
Let me tell you, PJ was in the bleachers, and they had us
Great
sitting
spot.
way behind where the dignitaries and all were up on the deck where the kids were going up and down the ramp. And he got pictures of me like he was 25 feet away. So let me tell you, you have a good camera there. Very well done.
It was great. The back of
it
my
was-
kid's head.
It was amazing. Tax bills. Tax bills will be going out this week, and you can pay them now before July 1st if you wish. I know in years past there was a kind of like a freeze on that where you couldn't pay them in advance of July 1. Tom Hurley has a new system in place, one of the many improvements he's made in that office. And if you get your tax bill this week and you feel so inclined that you just absolutely have to rush down there and make sure that is cleared, they can take your payment now. So that's great. And you, quite honestly, will be surprised if you sit there and see how many people come in prior to July 1 and used to leave very unhappy that they couldn't pay it. Well, I got the bill. I have to pay it. And, you know, so now it's Tom instituted a new, one of many new programs, so that's great. Tomorrow, June 15th, I hope to see some of you there, is the Living Treasure Dinner. It will be held at High Plains Community Center. I have been told it's a sellout. And this year's recipients are Betty Hadlock, Roland Hine, and Maureen White. And I think all of us know at least one, probably two, and some of us know all three of those people in that are this year's award recipients. And we wish our congratulations to them. And it's kind of a graduation for them as well. And we'll see you there tomorrow night. Father's Day is this Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all, whether you're a dad, a grandfather, a stepfather, a helpful father, or whatever you may be. Congratulations on that. The Orange Economic Development Commission, or Corporation rather, is having their Artisan Fest and Vendor Fair on the fairgrounds Thursday, July 22nd. Oh, June 22nd. Oh, next week. June 22nd. From 2:30 to 6:30. It's on the fairgrounds. It's the Artisan Fest and Vendor Fair. It is on Thursday, June 22nd, from 2:30 to 6:30. That's also the first summer concert night at the gazebo, and Dennis Marsh makes the arrangements for those, and they're having the Saab Brothers play from 6 to 8. I've never heard of the Saab Brothers, so I don't know if they drive cars around the gazebo and sing or what they do. Sunday, July 2nd, is the Independence Day concert and fireworks. The rain date is the 9th. We have, I think at this moment, I think there's 11 food vendors of different sorts, whether it's kettle corn or ice cream or Italian ice or steak and cheese or Mexican, Tex-Mex. fried dough. I forget what else there is now, but there'll be more this year so that people have an option. A lot of people do bring food of many types, but they also are always a lot of people that are looking for some munchies of some sort. And so we've worked hard to get some extra vendors there this year for that. But that's on Sunday, July 2nd at the fairgrounds. The concert begins at 6:30. People start putting their chairs out there about 6 a.m. Oh, my God. Yeah, maybe on Friday. Tuesday, July 4th, the town offices and the transfer station will be closed for the 4th of July holiday. Mr. Foyer sent me this. This is for the Fireman's Carnival. He gave me a whole paper for today. The carnival wristbands. This is very important for those of you with children. Carnival wristbands. Online sales have started and end on August 2nd. Go to www.orangevfd.org to purchase them. If anyone would like raffle tickets, they're available in the town clerk's office and the first selectman's office. And I repeat that again, www.orangevfd.org if you want to purchase the ride bracelets that they give. And the hours of the carnival. Many people often wonder, are there set hours? Thursday is 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Friday is 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday is 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., and there's fireworks on Saturday evening. And Sunday is 12 noon to 5 p.m. So I think the biggest change up there is Saturday. Used to be noon, but it just burns the help out. And so he informed me today that it's 3 p.m. on Saturday, 3 to 11. And there are no bracelets sold at the carnival with double lines under it. Thank you, Mr. Foyer. I'm sure you're watching at home. Matter of fact, I know you are. So those are our announcements from me. Anybody else? Mitchell?
Actually, a question, Jim, something that needs to be clarified, hopefully between now and the next meeting with Mr. Foyer. Typically on Saturday, the ride bracelets are either daytime or nighttime, and not both, and people get caught. They show up at 5 o'clock, and the bracelet's good for an hour. Anyway, now that it's 3, so I think you said 11 or maybe whatever, is there only going to be one ride bracelet for 3 to 11, or is that going to be split up again also? So it's important for people to understand that.
Mr. Foyer, if you are watching at home, which he probably is.
Hello, Don.
Mr. Goldblatt's question is about the duration of the ride bracelets on Saturday. Is there now just one ride bracelet that covers the entire day, or are they split? Could you please text me that answer if possible? Thank you. Just so people at home know, that's why I keep this here and keep it on, because people are like, oh, your sound's not working. Oh, yeah, it's not working right or something. So that's why it's there. Okay. Minutes. To consider and act on the minutes of the May 10th, 2023 regular meeting of the Board of Selectmen. Were there any errors, omissions, or corrections? If so, state the page and paragraph.
Motion to approve.
Okay, is there? Okay, motion made and seconded. All those in favor? Oppose? Abstain? Yeah, you were off visiting your grandbaby. Made it all worthwhile. And while we're on that topic under new business, we have a new Archie Denny Olson was born yesterday, midday. Mrs. Denny became a grandmother to her second grandchild. She had to dash out of the office and get down to take care of little Lucy so Dad could make it to the hospital. Her daughter was at work. She's a nurse there. Oh, we got a little twinge working here. So she didn't miss any days of work, and she went to the baby side of things and had a baby. So congratulations from all of us. And he will be an Orange resident next month. He's moving to, what road is that over there? Tallman Road. Yes. Okay, very good. Congratulations. Okay, to consider and act on the request to conduct the 26th Annual Chili Run from Linda Cohen this year is the co-chair of this event. It is held on Monday, January 1st, New Year's Day always, and it's a great event. It raises a lot of money, and it's like the road race that they really wait for. I mean, I've seen 600-700 participants for this road race on New Year's Day. And we've had years where we've stood there in a flannel shirt, maybe with a hoodie, and we've had years that we've stood there with the parka zipped up, closed up, with waiting to start the race and get back inside. But yes, it's a great event for the Amity Teen Center. So is there a motion on that one?
So moved. Second.
Motion made and seconded. Okay, any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Thank you. Next one is to consider and act on request from the Orange Lions Club to waive the facility fee for the use of the High Plains Community Center Pavilion on Saturday, August 26th, 2023, so in a couple months, for a comedy show fundraiser for the Orange Lions Club. And Ken Lenz is here. I think he's going to come up and explain it a little bit further.
Thank
Good
you, Jim.
evening.
Good evening. My name is Kenneth Lenz. I'm representing the Lions Club of Orange tonight. For the past about 7 years, one of the fundraisers that the Orange Lions Club has done has been a comedy night. We have professional comedians that are hired from the greater area and come down and give a stand-up comedy show, which is mature and clean, as much as you can get any stand-up comedian to be clean. And we have raised funds on that we give away for various community projects. The Lions Club has been in existence in Orange for 73 years, and during that period of time, we've supported a variety of local and national and international things. In Orange, you may know that we donate every year to the Volunteer Fire Department, the Police Department, the Case Memorial Library, the community relations, and on. Just about any need that occurs in Orange that we know of, we help meet. So we're asking that the use fee for the pavilion be waived so that we can commit the most money that we can. After paying the comedians, we really don't have any other expenses. To be clear, we're not asking for the waiver of the janitorial fee. We have the janitor coming so we can get the indoor restrooms open, but we're not asking for a waiver of that, merely the use fee. And that will be on Saturday, August 26th. The seating will begin at 7 p.m., and the show begins at 8 and goes for about an hour and a half.
Excellent. Yeah, the Lions Club has been around a long, long time. I remember when my father and them, many moons ago, they used to go door to door selling light bulbs.
Yeah.
They used to sell light bulbs. That was one of their things, and their dance was the eyeball. That was their dance, because they do things with vision and all. So they used to have the eyeball dance every year that they used to all participate in. That goes back, it's 60-plus years ago for me, I guess, so it's a long time ago.
I remember light bulb, I don't remember the eyeball.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yes, I forgot that. So anyhow, so they're asking for waiver of the fees. Mitchell?
I'll make a motion to approve the waiver of the fees for the use of High Plains Pavilion for August 26th. But in doing so, Ken, you say in your letter that the town now has a $600 fee. So this fee was not there in the past, and Jim or somebody, did we
No, there
approve
always
that,
was a
or-
fee. I think they increased their fees.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and that fee is for a nonprofit, Town of Orange?
Because they have the dumpster there. They provide the dumpster that's a separate dumpster for those event people. Like if you rented it to have a party there,
Yeah.
they give you the key to the dumpster and all, and you'd be amazed at how much some of these.
No, I
events
agree. I'm
generate.
not disagreeing with that. I just think for a town organization, especially, a nonprofit, a private party, of course, but for.
No, but that's why he's here. They have the right to request a waiver.
Okay.
I mean, it's I think it's
yeah.
standardized.
Okay,
And then you just come forward and request a waiver.
okay.
Yeah.
So motion's made.
Oh, yeah, and for
Well,
tickets.
Yeah, tickets.
This is tickets are sold in advance. Tickets are available from any Orange Lion, including Ann Denny, who's a member of our Lions Club, and of course from myself and Mary Ann Miller, my wife, who's the co-chair of this, and any of the other 48 Lions Club members in Orange. Phone number, 203-795-3906 is our number. It's a listed number, but please call us and we'll be happy to deliver tickets to you. $25. We've held the cost on this flat for 5 years. We're hoping to keep it that way. If we don't have any increase in costs, that's what we can do.
And also, if you can't remember the number Ken just gave, you can call the Town Hall First Selectman's office. Mrs. Denny is a Lion, and she can direct you to the appropriate people to get the tickets from Ken.
Well, and feel free to sell the first 6 tickets, okay?
Second, got you 40.
Okay. Motion's made and seconded. Any problems with this? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Unanimous.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
That's great.
Item number 3, this is a standard, to consider an act on the approval to appoint Jasper J. Jazer as Orange's representative to the South Central Connecticut Regional Water District's Representative Policy Board. That's just, that's required motion for this
So moved.
to happen, Mr., and I believe, okay, motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Unanimous. The water company president and Mr. Jazer and somebody else, I think, are coming tomorrow, as a matter of fact. We have a meeting. So I'll be glad to tell him that. It'll make him very happy. Okay. All that Al Bucknell and Carla are waiting for. To consider an act on request to approve the bid for the culvert replacement on Old Country Road and Coachman's Lane using ARPA funds and authorize the first selectman to execute easements necessary for the project. Mr. Britton is in the audience. You see on your second page there the bids. There's quite a bit of variation from the top to the bottom. He did check on the winning bidder there and has, I believe, he's looking down, he's reading the papers too. Are you coming up? Sure. I believe, no. I believe that he checked on this. Earthworks has a very good reputation. I was thrilled that it came in closer to what I was hoping for than what they had originally presented to us. And I'll let Bob go from there.
Yeah, I mean, they had presented a list of projects, and just looking at them, it looked like they were not culvert projects. So we had them come in, and they showed us that they definitely have done culverts, and some culverts are involved in those projects as well. And then I guess they did the Edison Road extension in Orange. I don't know if that 15 years ago or.
Yeah, that was when Paul Grimmer was the OEDC director. They built the Edison Road extension from where it was by Pez all the way in. That had been on the books since 1961, and it was never completed, and we got that completed with federal funds and state funds and town funds, and it was a good thing to get completed there.
So, we got a number of bids, and the bids are good. The only bad news is we'd assumed they would get the work done this year. But
How bad is bad?
well, no, it's just that, I guess,
6 months to a year.
the pieces, the pieces that you need to do it, everybody's busy and they can't get it made. They'll deliver it in the winter, but we're not going to do the job then. So it's,
No.
what we know so far is it will be, next spring or, as soon as it's dry enough to work there.
We have our fingers crossed that maybe they'll figure out this is really a good money guaranteed project since it's a municipality, and maybe they can get these culverts moved up their priority list, and even if we could get it done by fall would be
Right.
wonderful. But this is something where, a hurdle we're running into. They don't have enough manpower, material, and stuff to keep it going. And Carla is affected by the other one, the one at Pine Tree Drive, and it's a similar situation, but that one is out for, what the acronym is LOTSIP, and the COG group has approved it, and it's been sent to the DOT, I believe, now for their approval.
And I'm informed it has been given a state project number, so now you know it's official.
Okay, so that's good, so maybe we can get to order the work for that one, and once that one's gonna be paid for with government money. We used LOTSIP money when Bob Heiser was here, when we took some of the bends out of Derby Milford Road, down below Turkey Hill. And they fund some pretty good money projects that way, so Carla, that's good news. That's the first I'm hearing of it right here, because yesterday morning I didn't hear that news.
That's very good news.
So that means we'll probably be ready to go out to bid on that one before long, too, once the engineers finalize that, and then they can order the cement for that one also. So we are moving ahead with it, so.
Jim, do you think that project 2 is going to be done in '24 also?
Let's keep our fingers crossed, is what I can say. What would be nice is if the company that was the successful bidder on this one ends up being the successful bidder on that one, and they could move from project to project, is kind of what the thought that's running through my head.
The thought that's kind of running through my head is have project 1 done in early spring and project 2 as soon as that place closes for the, spring, the summer. Wouldn't that-
Possibly. The cement will be the holdup.
Right.
That will be. When I say cement, I'm not talking bags of cement. I'm talking the precast culverts and things that have to be made in end walls.
Yeah.
So there's a motion made on this? No? On Coachman's Old Country.
Remember on this one, we're asking the selectmen to authorize the first selectman to sign the easements. Vin Marino's drafted easement documents.
Al said no problem. He'll just give it to us.
And the finance director advised that the Board of Selectmen recommend allocating funds to the Board of Finance also for contingencies.
10% contingency.
Yeah. And you want to do incidentals too, which are like.
Well, that we can cross if they come to it. You don't know what the
I
incidentals
don't
might
have-
be.
So we might be back, there'll be some design engineer services during construction, but we can send those to you at a
See
subsequent.
what
meeting.
happens with it as they do it. Okay, so with that said, it's
It's complicated, your motion, Mark.
awarding it to Earthworks Excavating for $995,540,000 plus a 10% contingency. It would be the motion. And this is for Old Country Coachman's flooding drainage project.
Second, just to clarify, though, you also wanted the first select me able to sign easements as part of that?
Yep,
Okay, so add that to the motion.
and easements, yeah.
That's available.
Okay.
Couple quick questions. Bob, remind us what Cardinal had estimated this project to be in the first place. Do you recall?
Point
I think
two.
they were about $600,000 apiece was their estimate, so about 1.2.
1.2.
Yeah.
And it's going to come in for under $1 million.
2.2.
What's that?
I think this, Al, wasn't this one 2.2 when that night when the guy presented it up here on the board?
1.2.
1.2?
Okay.
It may have been one of the other, PEC is a much longer.
Heck, maybe it was
because
Peck,
it's-
then it's
yeah.
2.2.
All right, so that's, as Jim already mentioned, it's good news that the bids are coming in for less than we first thought they would, although I understand the lead time is complicating things.
But they will hold the price.
Yeah, I saw that. They'll hold the price,
Due to
yeah.
the delay
is
in
good.
the cement products, they are willing to hold that
Right.
price.
Bob, you mentioned some other design work, so is the 10% not going to be enough for this project? I hate to see us either get held up because we haven't approved something, or,
10% is just a common contingency.
well, I understand that, but do you think that'll
It's-
cover what you're also concerned about?
Possibly. I mean, we know
It's-
that like
it's like
shop
the-
drawing
for the-
review and stuff, it's not going to be a lot.
It's to do the site checkups and stuff, so you don't really know how much it will be.
Do you want
They
to
show
do
up
a
and-
not to exceed? This is just telling the Board of Finance to
Okay.
put a certain amount of money into designate it.
And so that
And
leads
since
me
it's
to-
ARPA funds, we want to, you guys have to vote on it, and they have to vote.
That led me to the next question, just to clarify, these are ARPA funds we're using
Yes.
for this.
Actually, make it American Rescue Funds.
You can't-
American Rescue Funds.
American Rescue Funds, okay.
Okay. Very good. Still federal government, right, John? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And the last question is, you mentioned easements. What are we thinking that's going to involve? How many neighbors? And are the neighbors already informed, or are they going to be informed?
They're aware of it, they don't have the documents. There's six properties, there's four abutting properties at each culvert, so a total of 8, but just the way the property lines lay, we need easements from 6
Okay.
owners.
All right, thank you.
Okay, motion's made and seconded. Any other questions?
I second
Yeah.
but adding that part about
Yeah. And then John changed it to American Rescue. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained?
Thank you.
Unanimous.
Thank you so much, everyone.
There's one.
Appreciate it.
Baby steps.
Okay. The next one is to consider an act on authorizing the chairman of the WPCA to execute a First Amendment to the intermunicipal sewer agreement dated March 10th, 2008, between the city of Derby and the town of Orange concerning 603 Derby Avenue. Yeah. Yeah. So you have that before you. That's, as Ann just said, it's the state highway garage. It's now a new one under construction there, right by, before Baldwin Road. They're doing an awful lot over there. It's kind of amazing, everything they have ripped up and moving around and all there. Yes, Mitchell?
So, Jim, this amendment then is to extend the sewer easement between Derby and Orange to be able to hook up that garage. Is that what we're looking at here, basically?
Correct.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
yep. I'm not sure if they're going to go down Route 34 exactly with it or anything. I haven't seen a map on it. Have you seen a map on that, Bob?
Yep, they're going to run a force main down the side of the road.
They are? Okay. All right, so there you go with that. Is there a motion to be made on that one?
So moved.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Unanimous. Okay, item number 6. This was more work. See, the fence was already bid, but this wasn't. So to consider an act on request to approve bid for sidewalk and curbing, it's extension of curbing, actually, around the playground at the park with low SIP funds. There's about 500 feet of sidewalk, and there's about an additional 100 to 110 feet of curbing, because they didn't quite know where it was going to end when they were putting that curbing around, so they stopped, and so we have to add that to finish it to the entrance. It's going to actually be a loop on each side of the parking lot for that, is the part of that curbing, just so you know. And we had 3 people that wanted to bid, but only 2 submitted bids finally. And Prindle Hill, who did the curbing the first time, is $1,400 less than William F. Layden Company. Go ahead. One of you.
Was this, I mean, I'm trying to keep up. Is this one that we've already approved a certain amount for, or is this something in addition we have not
No,
approved?
this one, it was on the plan
Right?
that we had, but we hadn't gotten to this. We never did a bid for this sidewalk part, so we put the sidewalk and the curbing as this deal. You did curbing before.
Right? Okay.
Will there be a date of completion that they have to have things done?
They will have this done probably within a week to 10 days. They will be on site, is what both of them told me, pending approval. So that'll be next. And then the fence will be after the cement work is done. A lot of cement in our discussions tonight.
Jim, speaking of the fence, are we getting quotes on that as well, or has that already been
We already
determined?
did that.
Okay,
You did that already when you did the other fence.
gotcha.
Well, you did it 6 months ago or more, when they installed the other fence by the Lacrosse Road there and that other new grass piece there. So,
I make a motion to go with Brindle Hill Construction for $8,300 to complete the sidewalks and curbing
Yep,
at the playground.
yep. Okay, second made. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Unanimous. To consider and act on request to approve tax refunds totaling $2,292.20 from Mr. Hurley.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor? None of us are on it, okay. Pension Board, Mitch.
No report, well, quick report, John's in the audience, so he can chime in if he needs to, but we've, been making the transition to Voya, and although there were some hiccups in the very beginning, I think it's gone fairly smoothly, and the residents, the employees have been well-informed of the changes, and we're getting good feedback about that, and about that change, and better communication between the new vendor, Voya, and people's individual retirement plans.
A lot of people have been taking advantage of the one-on-one meetings down here regarding, Voya sends representative to meet with people for their plans and all, and they've been, a lot of good feedback on that as well, with the one-on-one sessions with them. It's been good, which I can't say, they used to have those group sessions, the other company, sometimes it was never so hands-on, I don't think, as this has been. Hopefully, it'll stay that way with time. So, ad hoc committee, anything at this time, or?
We have a meeting tomorrow night, 5:30 here, to continue our discussion regarding traffic and safety issues. It was brought to our attention that there's been some criminal activity at Fred Wolf Park, so, that's something we're going to discuss as well. But otherwise, we still have viable people interested in doing the project. We had 3, now we're down to 2. One bowed out, unfortunately. And we look forward to having our meeting tomorrow and hopefully be able to come back to this board to talk to you about maybe choosing one of them and see where we can go with this.
Okay, very good. All right, is there a motion to close the meeting and go into executive session for items on the zoning wetlands official, the hourly salary, non-union employees, and the reclassification of a couple police department positions are the 3 items. There's possible vote, and invite the finance director into that meeting.
So moved.
Motion made and seconded. All right, we'll go into executive session at 7:46.
Okay, we're back.
Okay. I don't know why it's echoing so much under there tonight. Good evening, we're back into public session. We were in executive session. It's now looks like 46, 8:48, in that range. Thank you. We did receive an answer back from the chairman of the carnival. It is a one bright bracelet for the whole day on Saturday, good from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. That was a question that Selectman Goldblatt asked about the bracelets, that we used to offer two different ones for two different time periods. This year it is good for all the time that they are open on Saturday. Thank you, Mr. Foyer, for that information. So we discussed 3 personnel issues in executive session. The first one involving the Zoning and Wetlands Department. The second one involving the hourly salary non-union town employees. And the third one was reclassification of some positions at the police department. The first and the third items there have been lingering for far too long with some holdups, not by us. And they've been resolved, and the Board of Selectmen have taken action on, or will take action on them tonight. And we thank them for their patience. So with that said, the first one that we're having a motion on would be for the vote on the personnel issue regarding the zoning and wetlands official salary realignment. Motion's made by PJ.
Second.
Second by John to move it to the recommended increase. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Unanimous. Thank you. Item number 2 is the vote on the hourly salary non-union town employees. When I first started here, I think it was 1.5 pages. It's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages of small print, as Mr. Cifarelli likes to test my eyes.
I'll make a motion, we approve the non-union employee salary increases. These will be effective for payroll July 7th, 2023, and as presented with certain corrections that were discussed in executive session.
Yes. And the finance director has those, so he will make those adjustments as needed.
Second.
Second made. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Unanimous. And the third one is the vote on personnel issues of the reclassification at the police department. It was the elimination of one position and the enhancement of 3 other positions. By doing that, as described in the documents provided, is there a motion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Unanimous. Thank you. Remember, folks, the concert and fireworks are July 2nd with a rain date of July 9th. The Fireman's Carnival follows that, and then there will be the Orange Country Fair. We got a lot coming. And this year at the fireworks, there will be approximately a dozen assorted food trucks that we haven't had much of in the past, trying to offer some people that don't bring all their food with them but want an ice cream or a sandwich or a sub or something, popcorn, the opportunity. So with that, is there a motion to adjourn? We're adjourned at 10 of the hour. Thank you, and good night.
Thank you.